Cello everyone, Cello Doodle here, and today we are going to be talking about if the brand new Dream Home Decorator pack is worth the money. So The Sims 4 has had this new pack out for about a week, and it is a really cool pack, but I know a lot of you guys are probably on the fence on whether to get it. You've seen all the videos on, here's all the build and buy items, here's the cast, here's the gameplay, and you just don't know if it's for you still. So I'm going to kind of go over if it might be worth it for you. So personally, I love this pack. I bought it with my own money and I am so glad I did. Personally, with any Sims pack, I wait for sales. This one I did buy on release just because I want to make some videos on it. But always wait for a sale because for 10 bucks this pack would be a steal. So if you don't want to spend too much money, wait for a sale. There's one every couple months. So this pack is really good, even with it not being on sale. So let's kind of go over what makes this pack worth it. So if you're only really into designing Sims, this is not the pack for you. It doesn't have many cast assets just because it is a pack focused on gameplay and the furniture. And there's so much furniture, they did not spend much time on cast, which is perfectly fine. But if you only really decorate Sims, this is not the pack for you at all. So don't buy it if it's just for that. There are some nice items, so it is a nice bonus, but it's really not the focus of the pack. The gameplay is really good in this pack, and I personally really like it because even if you're not the best builder like I am, it teaches you how to build and shrinks it down so it's not as overwhelming for a person. Because personally, I am not a very good Sims builder or decorator. I am working on that, but it is very hard for me. So it's nice to have that shrunken down so you can kind of go through like, oh, what kind of looks good? I'm only doing this one little kitchen, not an entire Sims house. It takes out a lot of those elements that make building so overwhelming in The Sims. But if you like to do a ton of building, this pack's great for you because you can really focus in and get the details you love and make something absolutely beautiful. Some of the rooms that my friends have even showed me are stunning because they just focused on that one part and just had the budget for that part. So it is really nice how they've done that. With the floor renovations, it does get bigger, but at the same time, you get used to it and you'll get more experienced. And if you don't want to do bigger rooms, you can, for smaller money, still do just a room, like just a kitchen or whatever. So that is really nice how they have laid that out. I also love how you can pick the gigs that you do. You can pick the families. I'm personally playing through this pack in my save where I have been doing this family for about 6 generations, so most of this world is my Sims and most of the townies have died off, sadly. So I am decorating a lot of my Sims house, and it's kind of funny just because I've noticed most of my Sims are broke. They don't have money. But then their budget is 9,000 simoleons, and I'm building this room for them, and I'm like, I'm doing it the way I want because this is my Sim, and I have imagined, like, rooms for them anyways. But it's like, cool, I get to do my own Sims houses for free. So there is a little discrepancy with simoleons and kind of making money out of thin air for your household. But that's fine. I kind of like it. It's pretty funny. And if you know that's your Sim's house, you don't have to do it for them. So, which is kind of a nice thing. So you can just be like, oh, I know that's my Sim. I'm going to do a different gig. Which is fine. I've just been doing my Sims houses because it makes it even more fun because I know the Sims. So I really like the gameplay aspect of this. So let's move on to just the build and buy items. They are amazing. Like I have mentioned, they give me IKEA vibes, and I love it because where I'm from in the United States, everyone goes to IKEA for their furniture. It's just easy, it's cheap, there's a big one, a couple miles away, it works perfect. So it's definitely nice because you can kind of get that vibe, and the furniture pieces work so well with other things, or like they're more generic, so you're able to blend it with other styles as well. Not completely, but it's nice. I really like it. This pack also reminds me a lot of CC that I have seen online. I personally do not build with CC. I don't use it in my game. I have not gotten into that quite yet, but this pack reminds me of what I've seen in other YouTubers' videos. And I love that because then people have been wanting more CC type stuff in their Sims pack, and this pack has it. Other packs don't. The customization is so stunning and amazing. For example, let's take our sectional sofas. The amount of pieces in each sofa is so good, and I love it, and I love building with the sectionals, and it looks like real couches that my family personally does not have a sectional, but like my aunt and uncle have a sectional, and I could build their sectional if I wanted to. And all the color swatches are so pretty and nice toned. They're not too bright, they're not too pale. They're just pretty. So I really like that because then sectionals even outside of that pack will fit really well. So they'll fit well in like even a vampires build or whatever other pack you have that you're trying to use it for, which I personally really love. I like that they have two different types, one that's a little fancier and one's that's more plain, which is nice. And I love that they have the armrests because you always see sectionals where the sides will maybe have armrests, or it's just really nice, and I really like all the different pieces for it. And even with ones that don't have a backing, they almost look like ottomans. They're not going to be used that way by the Sims, but you can imagine that, and it'll look really nice. So I love that. Now on to the modulars. They look so cool. My one complaint is they're a little hard to use, and they're kind of hard to find and build and buy. I personally struggle with looking for stuff in there, and I just can't find them. I have to go to just that pack and then find them that way, which is kind of a pain in the butt, especially if you do a color but then you want to copy and paste and then that menu gets messed up. So for me personally, it is not easy to find them. So that is my one complaint. I wish there was another section for just the modulars. That would make life so much easier. They're also a little tricky to use, but you get used to them just with figuring out what pieces work together, which ones don't, how do they fit, if you accidentally added too many, how you get them all apart. I've had to personally use another wall to like pull them apart, which I recorded some video for this video since it's just a voiceover of my personal save redoing one of my Sims houses modulars, so you probably will see me struggling at some point and see what I'm talking about, which I love them, but at the same time, they need to be a little more streamlined. But other than that, they are super nice, the color swatches are pretty, and the clutter items are nice for closets. It's a little hard to find clutter items sometimes, but again, that's not really this pack's fault. It's kind of more the Sims in general. But overall, I really like this pack. I feel like it's worth $20. Like, I'm surprised they did not make this an expansion pack. I think that then they would have had to make the world and all that, but I really like this. I feel like they could have expanded more, but this is a nice size. It's between an expansion pack and your game pack, which is great. I really like it. Plus, you get so much for just the amount of money, which I think the Sims has been doing better at, just because even though they're pushing out more packs like with the kits and all that, but at least they're putting more in the packs compared to earlier packs where there was not as much. So at least that's a good direction that the Sims are heading, which I personally really like. So I am glad I spent the $20 on this pack. I have had so many hours of fun with this pack, and I know I'll have so many more. My friends have absolutely loved it. I've been asking them and seeing other reviews online. A lot of people like it. There's, of course, its problems, but personally, if you like building or you want to get better at building, get this pack. It is so great. I love it. But it's not always for everyone, and if you're unsure, wait for a sale, because $10 for this pack is an absolute steal. So if you enjoyed this review of whether the pack is worth it or not, let me know down in the comments below what you think of this pack, if you did buy it, or if you're on the fence. We could maybe chat about and talk about some of the different, like, assets to it. But if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out, as Sims videos can be a little hit or miss sometimes. So I will see you guys all next time. Bye!